friends, it's Kimberly here, registered nurse and business development director for specialty care management. Apples and oranges over here. What do I mean? Oftentimes, people try to find a place for our upstream solutions, and they try to compare us to programs that kind of compare like an apple to an orange. Let me explain. Apples and oranges. So, specialty care management, we're most famous for our unique risk mitigation strategy for the high cost of dialysis. Through this program, we actually underwrite a flat fixed case rate for dialysis. It's not a negotiation. It's not a multiple of Medicare, but it saves our groups an average of 78%, almost 78%, 77.5% on average on dialysis without the noise or the kickback that you're going to find in other savings kinds of strategies. It's a very unique approach. And many groups, many forward-thinking groups that are really looking to capitalize on the most robust savings and protection for their group really understand that they can put this solution in place preemptively, even before they need dialysis. We know that 9 out of 10 people who are in need of dialysis, who are right there at the brink with very low kidney function, are completely unaware. This is why dialysis is such a difficult claims type. It often will hit your group as a surprise. It should not, but it does. 9 out of 10 people with very low kidney function that have kidney disease do not have a diagnosis. It's not going to show up in your claims. Instead, it's going to show up as a surprise when your when your member goes emergently to dialysis. It's very expensive. Just that 3-day stay in the hospital, getting the catheter in their neck, that's at least $150,000, not to mention their ongoing costs for dialysis. So many groups will put our saving strategy in place preemptively, like bubble wrap. There's no fee to implement it. Our costs are very transparent and very simple, as most good things really are, right? And then we go to look upstream. How do we avoid needing a case rate in the first place? The most robust savings for dialysis are found in not needing them in the first place. As a nurse, I've spent almost 20 years really specializing particularly in helping patients and members avoid dialysis in the first place, either turning that progression around. I have many stories of folks we've been able to help stay off of dialysis for more than 10 years. There's a whole lot of savings in there. So let me explain how we're different from some other programs that you might liken us to. We're not medical management. We're not utilization management. We're not going to steer members. Although these programs are highly valuable, it's wonderful. As a member of a health plan myself, I really like having access to information that tells me where I can go for the lowest cost, highest quality of care. That's super important. That's not what we do. Our goal instead is more to help you avoid needing that care in the first place. Does that make sense? So let me see. I think I'm sharing a screen. So that's our goal. In terms of dialysis, your DeVita and Fresenius's, they own, almost 90% of the market. There's not a whole lot of difference in the dialysis in terms of quality. Price is wildly variant. The real difference here for us is helping your members avoid needing dialysis in the first place. We do that through data, helping to uncover who in your population would benefit from a program like this, who has kidney disease without a diagnosis. So we can do that looking for very high risk members. These are members that have more of the triggering diagnosis for kidney disease than our lower risk populations. The higher the risk, the greater the imperative is for a program like this. And let me just share some of the value that we have. I'm going to share one of my favorite stories. This was a member who was identified as being very high risk for kidney disease, did not have a diagnosis of kidney disease. So you wouldn't have picked that up in his care. However, as you can see, he had many comorbids, diabetes, high blood pressure. He pack-a-day smoker. And through this program, again, it's not a steerage program. It's not a medical management program. It's more like a large case management program where the nurse actually works belly to belly, phone to phone, member to member to help them really understand the pathophysiology that's at play and where their daily self-care, where's that going to take them? What is the trajectory that they're headed for? How do they look at their labs and know what questions to ask their doctor? A lot of times I've had people tell me, well, gosh, now I can see it. It says kidney disease on my labs, but I don't have a diagnosis. Nobody ever told me. How come nobody ever told me this before? I've heard that so many times I can't count. And it's painful. When members are aware and they have the education and support, they can completely turn their situation around in most cases. So in the case of this member who really turned things around in terms of simple things that he could do on a day-to-day basis, and this program resulted in over $76,000 in savings. I've seen members just like this gentleman here who have been able to, even with lower GFRs, if you see here, his GFR was 47. That would be consistent with a CKD, a chronic kidney disease stage 3 diagnosis. And he was able to improve that to a level that wouldn't necessarily, and I say necessarily because there's other factors at play, like if they're spilling protein in their urine, but from a high level perspective, this would not be a kidney disease diagnosis kind of GFR that we would see. So this kind of program is really huge. Again, it's not in directing them to care. It's in helping them not need the care in the first place. That's the value. And that's really how specialty care management's CKD program is like an orange. Anyway, make it a great day. If you have questions about this program, if you would like us to help you with an analysis to help look inside your groups to see who would benefit from this program, what kind of a ROI might be expected. Again, it's highly individualized, but this is some of our favorite things to talk about, and we'd love to share it with you. Make it a great day. Bye, friends.